Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 2, Hasta Vista. So ironically, just a few weeks ago in The Other Way, the title name was the exact same thing. That one just had Hasta La Vista Baby a few weeks ago in the one Happily Ever After, and now it's the same name for The Other Way. Interesting. But we're just going to get on into it. We met a new couple in this episode. We met Greta and Matthew. And Matthew is from England. I forget, where was Greta said that she was from? I wasn't sure if it was Oklahoma. Sorry guys, let me check where Greta was from. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was right. I was right. It was Oklahoma. I was right. It was Oklahoma. Okay, so yeah, we met Greta from Oklahoma and Matthew from England. Uh, Greta is one of those. She has a cat named Hazel, and she's just one of those. She's a big animal lover. She said growing up she just valued animals more than people. She said growing up her mother passed away at age 5, and like growing up with her dad and her stepmom, she didn't like, she just felt out of place. She didn't feel the complete love out from her stepmom as she thought. So she's just pretty much been like a loner for most of her life and everything. She says she's vegan and everything. She just got her PhD and degrees in law, and she wants to do animal law basically and everything. And you know, she seems like she had a lot going on her, like in her own personal life. And then she met this guy named Matthew. She travels a lot, and she met Matthew on a vegan dating app, and they hit it off and everything. And they went to she went to England. They spent a total overall of 5 weeks together. And Matthew proposed to her, and she said yes. And Matthew has a really good job in finance over there. So he said that because I have a good job, I think it's just best for her to move to England. And so Greta is going to be packing up and moving to England, and they're going to be staying with Matthew's parents. Now, here we go again. It's going to be another staying with somebody's parents type thing. Greta is excited for this move, but the problem is that like she's really sad about leaving her cat. Her cat Hazel. She said that Matthew has a dog and a cat, but Greta's cat doesn't do well with other animals, basically. So we seen Greta like meet up with her friends, and I guess she also on the side like likes to sing like opera and everything. And they talked about like, what are you gonna do if it doesn't work out? Like, how's this all gonna work? You know, it's like we're nervous about it, especially gonna be living with the parents. But she said that when she gets over there to England, she's actually gonna volunteer at some kind of animal shelter or whatever. And then she also said that, you know, it's going to take her a while to get into like the animal law firm over there. She said that she would have to take a class or whatever, and it costs like a lot of money that she can't afford now. But she said she said that she's never been this connected to a human before in her life and everything. And you know, my opinion on that is I get how, you know, I know a lot of people who are animal lovers who value the animals more than regular human beings and stuff and everything. I know a lot of people like that. You know, the challenging part with them is that that's cool and all, but trying to be in a relationship, get in a relationship with someone like that Because if your partner is not on the same, is not doing the same thing with that, that could raise a lot of questions. I talked to somebody who was just all about their animals and everything, and me personally, I'm not much of an animal person. I don't hate animals. I want to make that clear. I don't hate animals. I love and respect animals, but I'm not an animal person myself. I don't have any animals and stuff. And I've had people tell me that, like if you don't get along with if you don't like my animals, I can't date you and stuff and everything. So it's a challenge trying to navigate a relationship, because you don't want to say you're competing with the animal, but like it's it's tough, because it just seems like the animal, no matter what, the animal is always going to win. And then like if you're in a deep conversation, important conversation, it could go left in and be like, oh, look at this animal, look at this cat, look at this dog and everything. So anyway, but I digress. But Greta said that she is going to bring her cat over there once they get their own place and stuff. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm pulling for them, so we'll see. So yeah, that was Greta and Matthew. Next couple I want to talk is Anthony and Manon. I tell you guys what though, this Manon chick is it's only episode 2, and she's kind of, like I seen a meme online that she's giving me Darcy vibes. She's a little bit much already, and I don't want this to be. This is so far right now the couple that's gonna make me cringe throughout the season. Like I don't know, because she's just. I get she's a go-getter, and I respect that. I love that about her. She is a go-getter, but whew, she be over the top so much. So we picked off where we left off last week when she was when the whole family was over, and she got into it with the sister-in-law, and when she tried to kick the sister-in-law out the house. So in this episode, they're still screaming at each other, and Anthony's dad is like yelling at both Manon and the sister, like, both of y'all stop it, enough, and everything. It just, things didn't get, the sister's name was Sarah, like, Sarah, Manon, stop, and everything. So Manon goes into the house and she starts crying, and she starts crying to Anthony, I love you, blah, 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 is she gonna tell me that I don't, blah, 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 and everything. And like, she tried to come in to talk it out, and they were still arguing. But Anthony's like, okay, y'all, let's just settle this down, please. Let's just settle this down. I want you to, he told his sister, I'm like, listen, I want you to spend time with your nephew before we leave. We're moving, and that's that. So then a few weeks later, Anthony and Manon are packing up all of their stuff. And before they move to France, because they're staying with Anthony's aunt's house and everything. Prior to that, Anthony's sister and her husband came over, and they did apologize off camera, and everybody's cool, basically. Everyone gets along and everything. We see Manon have a conversation with Anthony, saying that, she really loves him, and, that I know that this has been a much, but, this is what's best for us right now and everything and all that. And that was sweet and all that. So they pack up the rest of their stuff, and then on their way to the airport, oh my God, Anthony and Manon just get into it again. And just like, why? Like, they lost $30,000 in this moving process, basically, because they had to pay off credit cards, they had to sell the house that they didn't get much for, sell a car that they didn't get much for, and everything. And, they're like really like stressing about their money issue. That's why when they move to France, they're going to be staying with her parents until they get it together, basically. And on the way, on the car ride on the way up, they were like, Anthony tried to tell Manon, like, if you're going into this thinking we're gonna automatically have a house and everything be peaches and roses, then we're going for the wrong reason. Things take time. And she's like, I know this takes time. What is wrong with you and everything? But I'm not going to change what I want, basically. and everything. And she just got really defensive about it. Like I said, she's a go-getter. I like her being a go-getter, but Anthony made a good point. He said if we have to start from the bottom again and work our way back up to the top, that's what we're gonna have to do, and that it is what it is, and we're just gonna have to make do with that and everything. So yeah, Manon just needs to really chill. And I know she wants everything done her way and everything, but Anthony was just like, but he told Manon, I need you to be more there for our kid, basically, because I said this last week, neither one of them seem like they're all like into, like, okay, they're there for their kid, but not as much as they should. I'm not calling them bad parents, but neither one of them are really there for their child as much as they want to. So Manon said, yeah, moving to France should help with that. I don't think it's going to help, because we've seen in the previews that she's not even going to be happy when she gets there. So she just seems like a person who's just not going to be satisfied. I'm not calling her a gold digger or nothing, because she does work hard and stuff for her money and stuff. But I just think that she's just a bit over the top with how she's handling things and right now. And I understand it's a stressful situation, but I don't know. So yeah, that was Anthony and Manon. The next couple I want to talk is Johnny and Chloe. So Johnny and Chloe, as we all know, Chloe is 23 years old. She's really young. She met Johnny on a pirate ship. She is packing up her whole life, her really good job that she had for her mother, with her mother, a good salary job that she's given up to go and move to Aruba with Johnny. We met Johnny in this episode, and he says that, that he does want to get married. He does like Chloe. She's really cute. She's pretty young and stuff and everything. But he's just wondering if she's going to be ready to give up the party lifestyle, because he feels like Chloe is like the party girl, which she is. She's 23 years old. She's a cute blonde and everything and wants to live that party style, because, all these girls go to Aruba and party, and it's just really rare for someone to fall in love and come back and actually want to make this move, basically. But Johnny, last week we found out that Johnny wasn't faithful to Chloe and stuff, that he had another girl that he was spending time with in Florida, basically. But now we get to hear Johnny's side, and he says that Chloe is very, very controlling. He says that he had to give Chloe all her location stuff, taking pictures of everywhere they go and stuff. And I guess they even on video chat in the middle of the night got into it, because the camera was turned a certain type of way, and she's thinking he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing and everything. We seen him talk to his friend about that and everything. And yeah, so I could compare Chloe and Johnny to Brandon and Mary from season 5 of The Other Way. And I said that, they're young, and there's already been a little bit of infidelity, so they're going to be doing all this extra, show me your location, give me your passwords and all that stuff. Don't look at other people and stuff and everything. And I don't think they're that extreme yet, but knowing that Chloe is getting mad and wants and needed all his locations and stuff, that raises a red flag to me. And you would think it would have been the other way around. You would think that it would be Johnny telling Chloe that I want your location and all that. But imagine if it was, then we would be dragging Johnny right now. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out. But anyway, we seen Chloe and her mom wake up at 5 in the morning, drink some coffee, pack up the last bit of stuff, and drive off to the airport. Her mom gives her the last minute pep talk. I guess her mom is going to be coming to visit her in a couple of weeks to help her get settled in and everything. And this is just the start of the rest of your life, basically. So, yeah, I can't wait to see how their dynamic is in person. But just based on this little pre-entry that we have, that we have with them too. Like I'm not convinced on this couple. I'm really not. I'm sorry. Really sorry. So that was Chloe and Johnny. Next couple I want to talk is Luke and Madeline. So we see Madeline. She actually wants to go buy a apartment for her and Luke on her own. Actually, now Madeline for the first time. We think that Madeline is a gold digger, and she is, but she's trying to prove that she's not a gold digger and that she can do some stuff on her own, basically. So she goes up with her friend to try to find an apartment and everything. A good, because we all know Luke is in a lot of debt. He wants to open up this hotel when he gets to Colombia and everything. And plus do this glamorous wedding for Madeline in 3 weeks and stuff. Madeline says that she does work and she has her own hair salon store, and she said her business is actually picking off, and she says that she is independent and she actually knows what to do, and she says she's doing this by herself because she even admitted that Luke is terrible with money. So I'm glad she realizes that Luke is terrible with money. And we've seen her friend was like, oh, you're doing this and you're gonna get the apartment, and Luke's not. No, friend, she's doing it the right way. And it's the first time I'm siding with Madeline because Luke is coming from a different country. He's given up everything he has, and he can't work right away. So Madeline's gonna have to make him feel like he's home and help him get on his feet. Relationships are both ways. These people need to understand that relationships are both ways. Just saying. So yeah, they talked about that and everything, and Luke's gonna be coming soon. Meanwhile, back in America, we seen Luke, and we seen him have a little guy's night out with his buddies and basically a bachelor party. He walks into his friend's house, and they have like the bachelor party type style set up and everything. And he was just like, I'm leaving. Madeline's gonna hurt me if she sees this, basically. And the friend's just like, look, I'll take responsibility, but I want you to have a nice little fun out before you go. So the guys are just drinking, having a good time. One of the friends is what we seen on Love in Paradise last year, that mentioned that some kind of like scandal went on, where Madeline was like woke up with another guy in bed or something like that, and that friend that told her that was on vacation with Luke down there when we first met them was at that party, and they talked about that and everything. He's not a fan of Madeline and everything because like he just felt like she ruined his relationship, and now she's gonna ruin Luke's and stuff and everything. So that topic was up for discussion too. But Luke is gonna go do it. He's just gonna go. Meanwhile, after that conversation, there's a knock on the door. Now, mind you, this was a bachelor party. So one of the friends had ordered an exotic dancer to come. She comes in all dressed like, just casual stuff, saying, where can I go get changed? And he took her to a place where she could change. She comes out in, the sexy uniform and stuff and starts giving Luke a lap dance. And Luke was just like, oh, no. And the friend was like, I'll take the blame. But Luke was just like, you know what? I am about to get married, and I'm about to leave America for Colombia. And bachelor parties and this is a rite of passage, basically. This is culture. This is American tradition. So what the heck? So he does it, but we all know, like, I think when Madeline finds out about that, because we've seen in the trailer where she's going to be throwing drinks and glasses at him and stuff and everything. So I think that's probably the conversation. That conversation will come up, and that will lead to that in a few weeks when we see that. So yeah, oh my God, these couples are interesting this year. So yeah, that was Luke and Madeline. And the last couple I want to talk is our veteran couple here, Jenny and Cement. Poor Jenny. Poor Jenny. She must really love Cement because I don't know anybody else who could put up with him. It, it's bad enough that she has to move in with the family, be with the overbearing mom, and the mom expects her to do the house duty work and everything, to be the servants and stuff. But Cement is not a man. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. Cement is not taking care of his manly duties. I think in all cultures, including his, like, man should be more like trying to provide and provide and make life easy for the wife, basically. And he is not doing that. He cannot keep a job. This is why they're moving back with the family anywhere. Why did he lose his job? Did he get laid off? Did he get fired? Like, what did he do? And somebody's going to have to research that on what happened with Cement's last job that caused him to lose that nice apartment they had for him to move back in with the parents. So we seen Jenny and Cement. We seen Jenny just laying there. It's the first night, and she's just chilling. Mind you, Jenny is 67 years old. 67 years old. Okay? She does not need to be dealing with this. She wakes up, Cement gets her up and tells her to go to the kitchen. Cement's sister-in-law, Cherie's in there, and then the mother comes in. And she's like, Jenny, you're late. Go make me some tea right now. And she's like, well, I want coffee. She's like, okay, you coffee, but me tea. She's like, okay, make tea. So she makes the tea and everything. And, so that night they had, I think it was the night before, Jenny decided to cook dinner for them. And Jenny, the only thing Jenny knows how to make is spaghetti. And for some reason, Jenny had Cherie help her with that, and the mom comes in and say, "Oh, look at my daughter-in-law's working in the kitchen. I like that." If this mom don't sit down and shut up. But we seen Jenny make the spaghetti, and for some reason, and they talked about this on Pillow Talk, for some reason it looked like Jenny wasn't using spaghetti sauce, she was using pizza sauce. And, Cement's family is not familiar with spaghetti, and they said that it didn't really taste well. They laughed it off. They didn't like get angry about it. They just laughed it off. And I'm going to side with them on that one. It didn't really look pleasant for them. Like where was like the onions? Where was the green peppers and stuff? Where was the real spaghetti sauce, basically? But it is what it is. So after dinner and after tea and all that, Cement's family decided that, they're going to open up a family business, like a family cafe, basically. And, and that's a way for all of them to make money and stuff. And they left Cement in charge of picking the location and stuff and everything. So him and Jenny go out to the location, and they found a location like in this like quad area by the university, where the kids can come in and get some food and stuff, because I guess it's right next to other little food court places. Like they say, Cement described it as if you're walking in a mall, there's your food court, basically, but it's on the outside, basically. And so they go there, and they see the location, and it is super small. It was just like, it was literally like this big. Like, you got to fit like 7 people in this like tight space, and the equipment, the food, the stove, the sink, the water and everything. You have to fit all of that in this little short space. Jenny is like, there's no way we can all fit in here. Like, what are you doing, basically, and everything. And so they tried to take some measurements, and like, no matter how they measurement, it's not going to work, basically. And so Cement's family comes in, and they see the location, and they're like, yeah, this is small. Like, like who? And Cement's brother, he was like, I quit my job for this. Like, he quit his job so he can help with the family business and start this cafe and everything. And now he's regretting his decision. Like, I quit my job for this, Submit. Like, come on, what the heck? Like, what are you doing? So Submit was like, well, I do have a plan B. And there was another location. It was a little bit bigger, but it was in the middle of nowhere. Like, Jenny is just like, how are we going to get people? How are we going to get people over here? She said she liked the other location better. The problem was there was pros and cons to both. The pros with the original location is it's right by the university so they can get people, but the con was it's too small. To the other place, the pro, it is a little bit bigger, but is in the middle of nowhere. Like, so she wants to be at the place where the people is at, but they just need more space. And Submit did not think one bit about it. He made like a whole speech saying, "Oh, I've been the black sheep of my family my whole life. I just wanted to prove that I could do something on my own and stuff and everything without them being disappointed in me." Like, Submit, you need to really get it together, bro. Like, and none of this at this point is not culture. It is not culture anymore at this point. It's a Submit thing. It's your mother thing. Like, I'm not going to keep blaming culture all the time on certain things because at this point it's not. And they even said that because I just don't know how Jenny is putting up with this after so many years. They were doing so well, but I just don't understand, like, any man, like no matter where you're from, that wants to, especially when you have a wife that is 30 years older than you, who needs to retire, basically, and y'all want her to be like up and about and everything, and you want her to cook, clean all the time. She said she'll do the cleaning but not the cooking, and the mom said that that's fair enough and everything, but that's about it. So yeah, it's just gonna be a long journey for Jenny. I just wish that her and Smith can get like a visa and she could just move back to America. So, but anyway, yeah, that was it. We still have one more couple to meet. We got to meet that couple from Australia. I think Patia, and I forget the other, Patia and this other guy that's from Australia. So, but yeah, that is the end of my review. Yeah, that was the only couple that we still yet to see and yet to meet. But yeah, it's been an interesting season on the other way. That Manon chick, oh boy, Darcy 2.0, just saying. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I've been like moving back. There's a lot of things going on personally behind the scenes here, but I thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on next week to recap Happily Ever After. And I'll see y'all again then. So have a good week, guys. Love y'all.